Hello, Saber Forum. This is Lord Blade Wraith here with a review of a new saber I got today from a U.S. postal worker who stopped by about 5 hours ago and dropped off a lovely Ultra Sabers box that we all love to see and anticipate getting sent to us after we placed an order. Really exciting, and I've been waiting all day. I finally got the chance to I took lots and lots of pictures already, so those are going to be on the review. This is actually the last thing I'm doing, so the review will be posted here shortly as soon as I get this uploaded. And without any further ado, let me show you what I got there. So this is the Emperor's Hand. This is a hilt that I got in violet amethyst with an upgrade to a form color, Bane's Heart, for Flash on Clash. And take a look at this. This is actually this is violet amethyst with Bane's Heart. Fantastic saber, feels really good in the hands. One thing that I immediately noticed.
Confirm.
That's the Obsidian Sound V4. I'm going to put that on the silent mode for a minute. One thing I immediately noticed was the grip, which I was kind of worried because I have bigger hands and I was worried I would run out of, it would be a little cramped for me. This is not the case. This is a very comfortable saber. Once again, Ultra Sabers, it's kind of deceptive online when you're looking at it and trying to decide how it's going to fit in your hand. But I got to tell you, no worries whatsoever. Matter of fact, I wouldn't consider this a big hilt at all. This is a skinnier hilt, more akin to the bellicose diameter, or not quite the Prophecy, but the bellicose diameter is a pretty good match for the size. And it actually is kind of similar to the bellicose with the inlay pattern here with the black lines. These are there's more of them here. With the bellicose, they only have like 3, and this has 6. But this feels really fantastic in the hands. And here's why. They've got a grip point or choke point right here that is in between these two sections. This here, this is where the pommel unscrews. So this is where it ends. And when you grip this, it just naturally, the pocket of your hand just fits right in there. The other thing that happens is if you get the angled emitter, which I almost got the squared emitter, which some have called the coffin emitter, the way it's rectangular shaped. But if you get the angled emitter, or sorry, angled activation box, excuse me, I'm not calling these things the right words. If you get the angled activation box, your grip, your fingers just kind of naturally curl around the hilt, and it doesn't get in the way. It gives your fingers a lot more room. As you can see here, I've got big hands, but I'm going all the way around this thing, and my fingers rest comfortably up against that angle as it comes out. My pinky is the shortest finger, of course, and as my longer fingers come around, the angled emitter just naturally complements that grip. And then down below, you've got this section here that's below the activation box with this really comfortable section. This section of the pommel is really comfortable in the hand. So when you grip it here, it's actually very satisfying to feel the screws on this section of the pommel. Almost like a riveted feel. They really are probably more rivets. They are screws though, you can unscrew them, but they naturally just they make for a very comfortable grip. One thing I noticed in practicing today or dueling with my son is as you're doing one-handed dueling, it feels really pretty good. This is a beveled edge right here, so it naturally is not going to cut into your hand too badly or at all because of that beveled slanted edge in. And then down here, once you're doing one-handed dueling, when you're ready to come back to a two-handed duel, it just naturally feels so good to come back and grip it right here. It's a very welcome greeting back, a very welcoming grip, and it feels really good in the hands to come back with. I did get the recharge port on this. Some of you I know, namely one of them, Isola, you're waiting to see what this looks like on this hilt. I did get the recharge port, and it's just opposite the AV switch right there, and I personally think it looks great, and it doesn't interfere at all with the grip. It's right in the center almost, so it really just doesn't get in the way at all, and I don't think it's very noticeable. It's very subtle, so it kind of disappears, in my opinion, it kind of into the hilt a little bit. It's not too bad, so I don't regret it at all. The recharge ports are fantastic, so very good. I took lots of pictures of close-ups on these, so you can get close-ups on the recharge port and the AV switch and everything else about it. I did go with the black screws or rivets, and I did go with the black pommel. I did get a silver pommel as well, and I took close-ups of that on this saber so you could see a comparison of the silver pommel as well as a black Kovertech wheel. I do have a silver Kovertech wheel as well, but it sounded like the general consensus was there's a lot that wanted to change the Kovertech wheel to a black one. I didn't see any mention of silver, so at least with the black screws, if you want to see the black Kovertech wheel, I took pictures of that, as well as pictures of both Kovertech wheels with the two different colored pommels of black or silver. And so I took my silver pommel that I bought extra, and I put it on the Sentinel LE, and it's really a great, nice cap. It's a tapered edge, so it just kind of naturally flows into the end there, and very, very low profile. Oh, I forgot, this one's not charged. I just ran out of batteries today, so I can't turn it on. This is consular green, but yeah, very, very, very nice pommel. And I did put this as well on, I put both pommels on a couple other sabers, namely the Prophecies, were two of them. And I took pictures of that, so you can take a look and see how these pommels look on those. One big question in my mind when I got this was, where is the blade screw, or the blade retention screw? Here's just a rundown on that. This here is just a decorative screw, so it does not need to come off to get your blade out. It only goes in about 1/8 of an inch into the hilt, so it is definitely decorative, and it's really tough. I mean, once you get it clamped down, it's definitely sturdy, but it's not meant to hold the blade in, so just FYI on that. This one, at least for me right now, this one is my blade retention screw. This other one on the back does not go in far enough to clamp down on the blade. What they ship to me is a longer screw and a shorter screw. The longer screw goes all the way in. The other screw holds this ring, which is an outer ring, in place. And I'll show you that real quick of how that works. This screw is a longer one, and it goes all the way in and clamps down the blade. And this one, as you can see, I've undone that. This one does not do anything with the blade. It doesn't go in far enough. So this part here is actually an outer ring that, when this screw is now removed, will come off. I'll just quickly remove that to show you. And it's a little bit shorter screw, can't really tell, but that comes off. So interestingly, on mine, I have actually 3 holes on this inner ring, only 2 holes on this outer ring. So I'm not sure what the third hole is for. if it was a mistake in the fabrication process and they just ended up, they drilled 2 holes and then realized it needed to be on opposite sides, and then went ahead and did the other hole. So I have 3 holes. I only need the 2, and of course this goes on and it's covered up anyway, so it doesn't matter. But that is how the blade is clamped down. Is you get a longer one for one side, and the other one is just to hold this piece in place. So FYI on that. I thought initially that both screws were meant to hold the blade down, and I was mistaken. So you can get longer screws from that shop that we often talk about on Saber Forum, the other parts shop. So if you want to get a longer screw there, it's about a ½ inch that you need, and you could get a double blade retention setup on this. I will say though, you really don't need it, and here's why. The blade goes in a full 3 inches, almost a full 3 inches into the hilt. So it's very, very solid, and I will show you that right now. Here's the blade goes in, and I will now mark that with my thumb, my fingernail, and right there, and I posted pictures of this as well with a measuring tape so you can see, but that's almost a full 3 inches. And the blade, or the blade screw, is right there. So it's at the top, and the rest of this below that all goes down inside the hilt. So very, very sturdy. This full amount is down inside, and you got the one heavier blade screw going, or blade retention screw holding on to this thing. So you really probably don't need 2 blade retention screws, but you certainly can do that if you'd like. One other thing I'd like to show you while I have this here is the quick disconnect. I really came close to getting emerald on this, but when it came down to it, I have several quick disconnect modules from my 2 or 3 other sabers with quick disconnects on those. And I ultimately decided I was fine with just those colors, and did not want to go with emerald this time. So very, very close. Emerald does have the neat benefit of the pulse effect. That's my favorite thing about emerald, and beyond just changing the colors. But I do have, this is a violet amethyst quick disconnect module with a flash on clash wiring as well. So there's your flash on clash, and there's the LED on this one with just the little connectors. So I have one already in Bane's Heart, which was my original intent in getting the saber, was to go with Bane's Heart. Since I already had Bane's Heart, I went with Violet Amethyst, which was a color I didn't already have otherwise. I do have Triarctic Blue, Triconsular Green, Triadigan Silver. I have Sunrider's Destiny. I have Blazing Red, Tri-Blazing Red. So I do have a number of other colors, and so adding this just made sense. So let me get this put in, and you can see what this saber looks like with Bane's Heart and Flash on Clash to Silver, which I believe is the only color you can get Flash on Clash with that color. So just bear with me. Quick disconnects can be a little tricky sometimes if they're a bit shorter, which is the case here. Okay, connection successful, and I will thread that back inside. There we go. And just clamp that down so that doesn't go anywhere. And here we go with the Emperor's Hand in Bane's Heart. And again, I have the sound turned off so you can hear me, but there we go with Bane's Heart. And again, just fantastic color. And I think I went with this blue illuminated AV switch because I think it really goes with a lot of the reds and the oranges really well. I also have a Tri-Fire orange LED with quick disconnect on my Arbiter, which you've seen, and it also has, the Arbiter has the blue AV switch and looks just fantastic with orange. So I really thought that was the way to go with the colors I'd be going with on this. I might put an Arctic blue in this one. I might put, I probably will never put green in here, but maybe Sunrider's Destiny blue will go with all that. So really good color, I think. And there's the Flash on Clash to silver. It's very subtle. To adding in silver, it's not as bright as going from purple to Violet Amethyst going to Bane's Heart. So fantastic saber. I really highly recommend it. And just fantastic. I was blown away. I've really exceeded my expectations. The weight on this is really good. The balance point is really good. Yeah, it's about right there. So if you were to, it's right on the edge of these, where these stop going towards the blade. So it's about right there, maybe right. It's almost hard to balance it, but it's, as you can see, it's kind of right there in the middle where I can't get my finger to balance, but it's right there. That's the balance point. Very, very nice. Feels very good. And I also got, as part of the current promotion, I got a free initiate. As part of that, when you spend over $500 on your order, you get a free initiate, not to mention the free shipping and all the other discounts that they threw in there with the Flash on Clash discounts, the recharge port discounts. Just really, as always, Ultra Sabers being generous with their product that is just such high quality already. And I got this one in Guardian Blue, and this is one of the LE versions, which I absolutely love. So I'm really happy with this initiate. I don't have an initiate at all in my collection, so this was kind of fun to see how it. Again, I have big hands, but my hands go all the way to the end on this thing, but it feels really good. Couldn't help but putting on the Yoda voice when I'm fighting with this a little bit. Fight well, you have. You know, it just comes out, and you just want to you feel like you're Yoda with this little small saber like this. So fantastic saber. I'm really thankful to Ultra Sabers for giving me this. So I do hope that this review helps anyone considering an Emperor's Hand. Good luck in configuring yours, and cheers, and we'll see you in the forum.